What is going on, guys? Craig1287 here. I'm bringing you some Battlefield Hardline gameplay, looking at some bank job on the Blood Money mode, which is definitely up there for one of my favorite modes. Going to be getting into mode-specific stuff at some point, but the gameplay that you're going to be seeing there is using the M416, and I end up going 16-3, and we just do a real bang-up job beating these guys in this mode. And the reason I picked this footage is because, well, it's because it's the M416. I do relatively well. 16-3 is pretty good in this game. This game is not easy to do well, especially this mode. There's a whole lot of you getting shot in the back, typically. So the reason I picked it is because this 416 is one of the weapons maybe some people consider to be OP or needing some better weapon balance. And that's one of the things that that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about for this episode. A Twitter thing, BF Bulletin. I don't know if this is an official thing from DICE. I don't know why it wouldn't just come from Battlefield if it were official. So I don't know if this is something officially that they have. I don't know. Take all this with a grain of salt. But they tweeted that, as always, everything I talk about will be linked below. All the sources are below. And so you'll see the Twitter link if you want to check that out. And it says, this is a short list of 10 things that Visceral Games is investigating thanks to the community feedback at per pound or hashtag or whatever the heck this is, these kids these days. Hashtag, I think, BF Hardline. So there's 10 things. The viral patches are not showing up in-game when you perform takedown to a dev. A /kill doesn't count. Not really sure what that's going on about. Don't really care. I don't ever melees. I don't know. Obviously, the viral patch, not talking about patching game code, but patches that you tie to your profile. The next one, the spawns in 64 TDM, the issue mainly with the maps, were designed for 32 players. Alright, that's a given. So they'll be working on that. The camera coins, they need to be reworked. I did some research into what this is talking about. This is talking about the coin that you get for getting for using your cameras as a professional to spot people, and apparently there's an issue with they'll spot people, but then your teammates will spot enemy and that overrides it, and so most people are not getting their coins because of that override thing. So that's something that they are probably working on. The squad VoIP is low on PlayStation 3 and 4. That doesn't affect me. I can't really comment on that, so yeah. A bug where the passenger of a vehicle is sitting on the window. This seems like a really small thing. I don't know why you would prioritize this. It just seems like a visual kind of bug. Whatever. More tickets on Conquest. That's definitely something that they can work on. A lot of the Conquest rounds that I've been in have been relatively quick. Is that because the ticket count's lower, or is it just because we're a good team? Who knows? A reconfiguration for the reputation system. This is definitely something that's going to be an issue. I have only gotten to unlock my 4th reputation tier like 2 or 3 times. And that's because we had a TG guy was the hacker, and he was specifically getting us those upgrades. So getting those syndicate missions that require you to do that 10 times, that could be pretty difficult. So glad to see they're reworking that, or supposedly, again, take this with a grain of salt. Explosive spam on Hotwire. Very glad to see that being taken care of. RPGs out of trunks. Great idea, but needs slightly better execution. Make that a little rarer, or something of that sort. An audio bug where you can't hear your own gun. I haven't encountered that, but that's not the biggest issue. I can see why it'd be annoying, but hopefully something simple like that does get fixed. And then finally, Visceral Games is discussing creating a competitive server preset. This is potentially cool. I kind of hope this is what they were talking about with the premium thing about supporting competitive. That's kind of what I hoped. But yeah, so that's something that was tweeted out. And for the last little bit of the video, I just wanted to go over some of the things that I would like to see nerfed, or patched, or whatever the case may be. I love the game. I love so much of it. Like 90% plus of the game, I am just in love with the gameplay design. But here's some of my quirks. Nerfing the 870. The pellet spread I feel is way too tight, especially in hipfire. I've used that thing in multiple rounds, and I can just hipfire shoot that gun and take people out at ranges that I am dumbfounded that I'm able to hipfire one-shot these guys. Were they previously damaged? Doubtful, because a lot of it is at the very start of a round when we're rushing the blood money point and nobody's been hurt yet. And I can just hip-fire shotgun those people with the 870. That thing, again, the damage doesn't need a nerf. The number of pellets I don't think needs a nerf. If we could just get that spread to be increased to where it's not as accurate, that would be great. As kind of touched on that list, but grenade damage is one of the explosive spam things that I feel is an issue. The game has a lot, much fewer, far fewer, far fewer things in the game explode, but the grenades in the game, their damage is fine. They need to one-shot, you know, that's definitely needs to be the case. But their range is far too great. I get killed by grenades that look like they're 10, 15 feet away sometimes. It's ridiculous. They also set off vehicles way too easy. There are a lot of times where I'll be using a vehicle as cover, and a grenade 20 meters or 20 feet away will set off the car I'm behind, and I get blown up. It's kind of ridiculous. The refire time on the Scout Elite, the default sniper rifle that you get, I feel is way too high. Maybe that's just because it comes with the bolt, whatever that bolt action thing is. Can't remember the exact name, but yeah, it comes with that attachment equipped, but I feel with that attachment it is way too fast. That thing is almost DMR-like in its follow-up shots, which is a little too ridiculous. I think that thing needs to be slowed down just ever so slightly. And finally, the Stinger. The Stinger in Hardline is pretty broken. I think this is coming from, again, somebody who, you know, I love killing vehicles, I love destroying vehicles, I love being a dominant infantry force, but dang that Stinger. It is just a little too much. Its lock-on time needs to be slowed just a bit, just a small bit. I think that the projectiles are way too fast. If you get locked on and the guy instantly fires on the lock-on, you almost get screwed because those things just are going to get to you like that. You'll have almost no, even if you're very far away, like if you just enter the lock-on range, that thing will lock on and fire, and you got to be Johnny on the spot with your flares. If you're directly underneath the guy with the Stinger, oh my! I don't even think that's humanly possible to have timed it right. Finally, for the Stinger, is that I don't think it needs 3 rockets. 2 is more than enough. It's just with 3, your first one is gonna use up their flares. Your second one is gonna hit them because they've just used up their flares. And the third one is pretty much a guaranteed kill. And I don't think the Stinger should be a guaranteed kill. I think that it should be something that would cause somebody to get away, which taking out half the health of the chopper is definitely going to be something that gets them away. But I feel that there still should be some teamwork involved with that. It shouldn't be one person is able to take the chopper out in about 30 seconds solo. Things like shooting with small arms and things of that sort should still, or having 2 people with Stingers. I feel like that's enough. Having 3 Stingers when you pick that thing up, way too many. So I'm hoping those things get patched and fixed or nerfed. I don't know if those are anything that the community is talking about and demanding. Those are just my personal things. So yeah. Hope you guys did enjoy the gameplay, and do you agree with what I said in here or not? Definitely open to opinions and other people's interpretations of the game. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and hope you guys enjoyed all the gameplay going on there. Have a good one. Ta-ta.